Wes, and this is Will Wills. Today, we're going to be talking about what I think just might be the best first sports car. This right here is my 1998 Chevrolet Corvette. Now, this particular one isn't exactly stock, but nothing too wild, which is why I think it just might be the best one. It's pulls just like that make this car so much fun. Now, when I originally first started looking for what my first car was going to be, I really wanted a C6 Z06. However, I didn't really have the cash to fork out to do that, and I really didn't want to take out a huge loan and go into debt for something like that. So after a little bit of looking, I started to think about, okay, what kind of fun can you have for a lot less money? That's when I stumbled on the C5. So today I'm enjoying the weather and I'm getting out on some back roads just to go enjoy the car, kind of talk about the things that I really like about it, and just enjoy the sounds. Woo! It's chilly, you guys, which in South Georgia means it's like 60 degrees, so you gotta rock the jacket. So a little bit more about my 98 Corvette. This particular model is a Mongoose 425. You can kind of see the decal right there. And really, when I bought it, I didn't have a clue what that meant. I just knew that some sticker was on it and the guy was trying to say that that made it more special. I didn't really consider that a whole lot when I was buying it. There's some other things about it really that are what sealed the deal for me. So this particular model has a Lingenfelter GT12 cam, ceramic coated headers, aftermarket air filter, Flowmaster exhaust, but I had some mods done to that. I'll talk about that in just a second. Pretty common mod on the C5. Also have the fixed wheels. Those are pretty great. Other than the fact that they look great, it's just they're aluminum, so less unsprung weight on the wheels. So I bought this car in August of 2017, so had it about 3 months or so. Haven't really gotten it out all that much, other than did take it on a trip to Asheville. Kind of snowed on me up there, so not the greatest of circumstances. I follow the Stradman and Vehicle Virgins for several years, so shout out to those guys. Those are really the inspiration for why I've started documenting my ownership with my cars and my enjoyment and the ventures that I go on with them. Hope to share that with you guys. We're going to take this thing on a lot of trips and have a lot of fun with it. If you're in the West Georgia area around Columbus, hit me up in a message or in the comments below. Trying to find more of the car guys that are out there. I recently moved here from out west. I was in Phoenix for a while, so I'm still trying to find my foundation and meet up with other car guys around here. You guys probably want to know how it sounds. I think I can handle that. Honest with you guys, that sound really costs me a lot in gas mileage. It's really hard to keep your foot out of it when you can hear that, and especially when you take the top off. I'm not going to do that anytime soon. It's kind of gotten too cold now for that. Again, 60s, freezing down here. So on the dyno, puts down about 376, I think, is what the rear wheel dyno was, which puts it at about 440 crank horsepower if you account for about 15% drivetrain loss. Pretty good. If you ask me, it's more power than a Z06, so that makes it better than a Z06, right? Maybe it weighs a little bit more, but when you get that sound and you've got a little more power behind you, I would probably lean on this one over a Z06 any day. Now, some people may ask, why not a C5 Z06? And part of that answer is really simple. C5 Z06 in a decent shape with not a lot of mileage on it you're looking probably low to mid 20s. And for a C5, a 20-year-old car, it's really hard to justify that cost for 400 horsepower. And for a C6 base, you're right around the same area. So for in the low teens, you can get a good base C5, and in this particular case, with more power. So it's a pretty easy decision for me. Now, if it's not incredibly important to you to get a manual, or it doesn't matter if the car has low miles, you can really do some searching and get one for under 10 grand or right around 10 grand. And for that price, you really can't go wrong. Some other things in that price range that may entice you could be something like maybe an early 2000s Cobra, maybe before they were supercharged. But for me, just not really my style. You know, I know that the interior is not really all that important when you talk about cars, especially when they sound this good, but the interior on the Mustang just feels way older than the car is, and really not my style. Suspension's not very great, so just really not for me. Now, speaking of interior, I'm actually surprised at a lot of the perks that this car comes with. Now, of course, it's not going to be super nice or luxury or even really that modern, but a couple of great things that it has. It actually has the memory seats, so you can set 1, 2, I think actually a third setting that you can set if you hold number 1 and 2 both down. That's not something you would expect from a car in 1998. You also wouldn't expect tire pressure monitors, dual climate control, auto climate control. So a lot of features in this car that, it was ahead of its time. It's great to have. In this particular model, I don't have the heads-up display, but I'm not really too concerned about that, considering that most of the C5s that have the heads-up display end up going bad anyway. So, I'll take it not failing on me. Now, speaking of the interior, this car is in fantastic shape. I was fortunate enough to find one with low miles, 6-speed, of course. This car, when I bought it, had about 38,000 miles on it. I've put some on it since then. Let's see if I can go through here and see where I'm at now. Yeah, so 40,414 miles on this one. One thing that's fantastic about the Corvette is actually the amount of space that you have. The rear hatch is huge. I've got a cover here, but it goes pretty far back, and you can fit a lot of stuff in there. But if you're looking to fit things just like your phone or other stuff like that, you're really going to be short. The best storage you have is down here in a small compartment that's maybe an inch deep. I can pretty much fit my wallet and a knife, and that's about it down in there. So you're really not going to have anywhere to put stuff. Just throw it in the back, and it's not that big of a deal. Also in the back, there's some more storage compartments kind of below the floor, so it's really great. So a couple things to note. I don't know how familiar any of you guys are with the C5, but down here by the console, you've also got your suspension settings, touring, sport, and performance. You can't really tell much of a difference between any of those. It's a little bit stiffer in the dampers on performance. That's about it. And you've also got your traction control button. And what I love about that is that it actually looks like the back of a C5. So shout out to you clever engineers that were working on the C5 back in the 90s. The radio is not going to be anything fancy. It's the same thing that came in a 2001 Chevrolet Silverado. You're not really going to expect anything better. You can upgrade it if you want, but if you're listening to the radio, you should probably fix your exhaust. Your exhaust should be what you're listening to in one of these. So that's just a quick overview of my particular C5. Great first sports car. I love it. Great power, great torque all the way up. It's fun to rack through the gears. Stay tuned to the channel. If you guys like today's video, please like and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you guys next time. See ya.